My name is Gabe. I work as a predictive maintenance technician here at El Paso Electric. So I came to predictive maintenance and started doing oil analysis and vibration analysis.
My name is Jason Jones. I'm a vibration specialist for El Paso Electric. We're kind of the machine doctors. So our job is to find the problem before it becomes a big problem so that you can correct the problem during scheduled downtime rather than your equipment causing the downtime. That's really what predictive maintenance is, and that's loop well analysis is a big part of that. So I have used the MiniLab 53 from Spectro.
So we have 4 sites, 3 major power plants, and then 1 kind of satellite location. I'd say asset number, we probably have around 1,000 assets.
We'll go out and collect an oil sample. We'll bring it back here to the oil lab. We test for moisture, water content. We do acid number, oxidation, test viscosity. It does ferrography, tests for metallic wear particles, and we do particle counts. Sometimes it's obvious. Sometimes you'll get an oil sample that already has a bunch of water in it that you don't need to test really too much. Sometimes something that you can't see, which is where the oil lab really comes in, is you've got high particle counts or your viscosity changes or you've got a high acid number or something like that, you've got a chemical change in your oil that really needs to be addressed. It is pretty user-friendly. If you can read, you can run an oil sample.
It was pretty intuitive. I mean, I came over here to this department and we already had the MiniLab. So for me, never doing any oil analysis, never using the lab before, it was pretty quick and easy. I would definitely say training and knowledge is huge. The trainings that we got really helped me. Not really run the lab because the lab's pretty easy to run, but just interpreting the results and knowing your alarms and limits. Like our more critical equipment, obviously we have cleaner targets. But yeah, we have targets for all our stuff that we try and hit and start filtering stuff as we get into alarms.
Everything that we can test for, we can give you results in 5 minutes. If you're sending it to an outside lab, so you've got to put your labels on the bottle, you got to pack them up in a box, put the label on the box. We got to take it over to our warehouse over here. And that's usually in the afternoon, so UPS doesn't come until the next morning. So it goes out the next morning, takes about 2 to 3 days to get there. Then it gets put in the queue of whatever order it needs to be in at the oil lab. So you get your results, a week and a half later?
Yeah, so all our samples that we take in-house, we run right away, obviously, and get those results. And then quarterly, we do send out our major lube oil tanks, for our turbines and stuff. We do send those out externally to a third-party lab once a quarter. So we do compare those results just to make sure we're getting similar results and that we know that our lab is working and giving us the same results as there.
We had an incident several years ago with hydraulic fluid contamination in one of our main lube oil tanks. And our acid number just shot through the roof. You would have caught that, 2 weeks later if you'd sent that out to an outside lab. Well, at that point, you're running acidic oil through all of your bearings on a turbine generator. At that point, you're damaging bearings. You're causing millions and millions of dollars of damage on something that probably wouldn't have got caught if we had not been testing. Resources and lost production in the middle of summer. When we need every megawatt we can generate, we can sell. They can sell every megawatt we can generate right now. So in addition to the repair costs, you've got the cost of lost production too, which is just huge.
It's going to pay for itself quickly. Just with oil itself. I mean, if you're thinking of oil as an asset and not just changing it every time something's wrong with it, when you can actually test it and look at the chemistry and look at the water and look at the cleanliness and realize you might just have to filter, you might just have to get the water out, but that the oil is good, you're gonna save the money in no time, especially if you have big lube oil reservoirs like we do where it's 3,000 gallons, you're gonna save the money right there, not having to change that whole oil system out. Confidence and trust in the equipment is a big deal. I mean, that's kind of the biggest thing. If you can't trust your equipment, then you're kind of chasing your tail.